recording? Do you hit a little record icon somewhere?
I see it. It's
Perfect.
recording.
Okay, so everyone, this is just a quick tutorial on setting up assignments and setting up their completion requirements, meaning that you can set up a folder or even a list of folders in a way where students have to do the first task before they can do the following tasks, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make a folder, and I'm in my advisory for second try, so it's like a sandbox course for me. And I'm just going to call this training. Okay, and I'm going to let that publish. If you want, you can also do this unpublished in case you're doing it in a course that has students in it. That way they don't see it and start doing stuff. So I'll unpublish it so you get used to doing that because I build everything unpublished. Okay, now I'm going to go into this folder and I'm going to start creating the things that I need to do. So let's say the first one is, it's just a page that I want them to read. And I'm going to call this thing 1, read this. And I'm going to create. Okay, I've created. Now I'm going to create my second thing. And my second thing is going to be a discussion. And I'm going to call this thing 2. And I'm going to say, talk about thing 1. Okay, and I can put due dates and all that stuff on here if I want to, but for right now, I'm just going to create it. All right, now I'm going to add another thing. I'm going to add another page just so you understand that you can add as many of whatever things you want. Thing 3. My directions for this one are read this, or whatever it may be. Okay, now we're going to get a little trickier. I'm going to add a test or a quiz. I'm going to call this thing 4. Category, we're going to leave all that blank for now. I think it'll let me, it's out of 100 points. That's perfect. Now I'm going to create that. Oh, wait, I got to put a category in there. Ungraded. That's fine. I don't have categories set up for my advisory. I'm going to add a question. We'll make it a true or false. Is Mr. McMahon the best teacher ever? Wait, hold on. Got to remember what that is. It's true or false. Come on, I'm an English teacher. The answer to that is, of course, true. I'm going to create that question. I'm going to go back to this training folder. So now I have 4 things. And again, starting off, what I'm trying to stress here is if you want them to do thing 1 before they do thing 2, before they do thing 3, and before they finally take their assessment, that's really easy to do. I'm going to go to options, and I'm going to go to student completion. And then I'm going to add a requirement. And the first one, so you notice I have all my things in this folder. I'm going to say thing 1, you have to view it, because that's all you can do with a page. With me so far? Okay.
Yep.
So thing 2, you have to post a comment, or they just have to view it. I'm going to say they have to post a comment. So they have to view this one before they can do anything with this one. And to set that up, I'm going to say requirements must be completed in sequential order. Now, I labeled my things thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, thing 4. It's top to bottom. That's the default. So it won't, if your 1, 2, 3, and 4 aren't in order like that, it's not going to do it in the right order. So it's always going to be top to bottom. I'm going to add another requirement for thing 3, and I'm going to say that they have to view it. And then I'm going to add another requirement for thing 4. And I can say they have to score at least a 1 out of 100. I can set this to whatever I want. They have to make a submission before they can go on to the next thing. Now, this is the last thing on the list. So unless I'm going to put something under this, this one doesn't really matter. They have to do the top 3 before they can do the 4th one. If you are doing something after this, that's when you put in another one of these requirements. Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to say make a submission, and then I'm going to hit save. So it must view, must post, must view, must make a submission. In order to get done with this folder, they have to do all 4 of those things. Now, if I wanted to, I can go back to this one. and you'll see that I have the same student completion thing up here. So if I add another folder, and I go options, student completion, add requirement, and then I can set my first folder to complete and hit save. So now, student comes, I'll just publish this because there's no one here and it looks wonky right now. Student comes into this course, training 1, they have to do first. Once they've completed all 4 of these tasks, then when they come back, they'll be able to open up the training part 2. But they won't be able to open this folder until they've completed this one.
Nice.
And then what's really nice is, so let me show you how this looks from the teacher view when students have actually done something with it. So that's how I set up this folder. This is my Schoology boot camp for my advisory. So must view, must make a submission, all those things. Now when I click on student progress, the green checks are students that have done all of it. Otherwise there's a percentage. Otherwise some students have yet to begin.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, what questions do you have?
What's it look like from the student view when they get that? Do they see all the things or does it just show them one at a time?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is it'll show them all the things. They won't be able to open anything if it's under progression. So I think I remember one of their names. Go to course options, go to view course as. If I remember the right name. Yeah. So I'm going to view this one as this guy. Then when he opens the folder, it'll look like this. So this one he can click on, these ones he cannot.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions at all?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'm gonna use this, except I just showed a bunch of student names and some of their progressions. I wonder if I'll get in trouble for that. Oh wait, first I gotta hit stop recording.
It still says it's recording.
What?